guys, Harper is watching some TV in the background so that I can film this, so hopefully you don't hear her. But I had my surgery to remove my uterine polyps about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so I thought that I would give you guys a little update as to what they found, and then also give a little bit of a fertility update and kind of share with you guys what we have as our 6-month plan going forward. If this happens to be your first video, we have decided to try to get pregnant for 6 months, and then if we are not successful, then we're just going to continue on down the path of adoption. We adopted our daughter Harper after 13, at that point 11 years of infertility. We did get pregnant for the first time this past year, but sadly we lost our son at just about 17 weeks. It was about 16 and a half weeks. And so that kind of reopened up this chapter in our lives of trying to conceive again. So I have had 2 surgeries before to remove uterine polyps. For some reason, my uterus just likes to grow polyps. And so after we had our miscarriage, I did I think sonohystogram is what you call it, where they blow up my uterus with saline and then do an internal ultrasound to see if they could see anything that might have caused the miscarriage, or just to see what was going on in there. And they saw some uterine polyps. And so they said that if we were going forward with trying to conceive, that it'd probably just be a good idea to get those removed. So I met with our fertility doctor. I absolutely love him. I'm so grateful that I found a doctor that I really, really, really love. I think that it makes such a huge difference anytime you meet with a doctor, but I think especially during this whole fertility journey, it's a very emotional journey, and so to have a doctor that you feel really, really comfortable with is just such a blessing. So he was saying beforehand, before I had the surgery, when I met with him, he was saying that he definitely doesn't think that the uterine polyps caused the miscarriage at all whatsoever. And then he was also saying that it wouldn't cause a miscarriage going forward if we did get pregnant, but what those uterine polyps can do is kind of create an obstacle for the little men to get to where they are going, and so it could prevent you from getting pregnant in the first place. So the first 2 times that I had a surgery to remove uterine polyps, I was put under, and they go in vaginally, so it's almost like getting a pap smear while you're like asleep. And they go in past your cervix and they take out the uterine polyps with like a little like scissors. This time, since it was my 3rd time, we decided to just do it in the doctor's office. And so they just gave me medicine that kind of just made me a little bit loopy. I was still awake. It was really weird because I could hear everything going on, but including myself snoring. But and I could open my eyes if I really wanted to, but I definitely wasn't like coherent. So it was like a really weird in-between sleep. I could feel a little bit. There were a couple of times where I felt some pretty good jabs and my eyes were closed, and like just mentally I was like, oh, that hurt. So I felt the pain, but it wasn't giving me anxiety. I think half of the hard part about going through pain in those kinds of situations is that you get so much anxiety about the pain, like how much is it gonna hurt? So I have pictures here of my uterus if you wanna see. If not, click off. I showed my friends the day that I had the surgery, and they were like, oh, we just saw Brittany's uterus. Then I thought to myself, maybe that's something that people don't want to see. Sometimes I am the TMI friend. In a group of friends, I am the one that like just says everything and shows everything. And so if you don't want to see pictures of my uterus, go ahead and click off. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at here. That's my uterus. So some of these are before pictures and some of them are after pictures. I know that this, so these up here, we'll start up here. These are my little fallopian tubes. I don't know if you can see. This is one fallopian tube, and this right here is the other fallopian tube. If it's the right way, I'm guessing that this is my left fallopian tube and this is my right fallopian tube. So you can see how tiny they are. Isn't that crazy to see? I think I heard somewhere that fallopian tubes are the size of a spaghetti noodle, like a cooked spaghetti noodle. It was either that or it was the size of a pencil. So in my sonohystogram, they said that they saw a large uterine polyp that was like spanning my uterus. And so he was like, because you have such a large one in there, you probably should get that removed because it's gonna hinder the sperm getting where they need to get. And so he says that this is what that was pretty much. And it was just like a whole big weird stuff going on, if you wanna really zoom in on that. So I don't know if you can see very well in the camera, but right here and back here, if you look really, really closely, there's like a film. He said it was like a wall of film. You can really see it right here and right there. He said it was just a wall of film, like saran wrap, that was just, I guess, my uterine lining just growing in a really weird way. So when you have your uterus like that film was like kind of coming out into the cavity like that. And so that was basically just like a net. Probably having sperm get all caught up in that. And then with it was some uterine polyps. And then he said that this was like a blood vessel, I think. And so we had the blood vessel, and then I had the uterine polyps, and then I had this like weird film thing going on. So that was just like a booby trap right in the direct path of where they would need to go to get to one of my fallopian tubes. So they cleared all of that out, which is really good. I don't know what this picture is of. This is a polyp. So they cleared all of that out. I don't know if this is the after of this. I don't exactly know what I'm looking at, but that's my uterus. I had like just very mild cramps for like 2 or 3 days after. I had some spotting for 2 or 3 days after. The biggest side effect that I had that I don't remember having the other 2 times was I was so nauseous for like 3 to 5 days after the surgery. And I think it was just the medicine kind of getting out of my system. It's probably some pretty hardcore medicine that they give you to get you to be like in that state. And so I was just, the room was just spinning. The day of, I felt decent. I like went and ran errands with my sister-in-law. And then it was later that night that I started to feel sick. And then the next morning when I woke up, I just like could barely get out of bed. Like the world was just spinning. And it was kind of like that for like 3 days. And I don't remember having that the other 2 times. So I don't know if anesthesia is, I feel like I say that wrong. Anesthesia? Something like that. I don't know if it's less harsh on your body than getting these like narcotics or what. I think that if those medicines are more harsh on my body, I think the next time I would prefer to just be under. It was definitely more vulnerable being awake for it, especially because the other times when I've been under, like I go to sleep and then they wheel me back. Whereas I was awake and like, they're like, okay, get naked, put this leg up here, put that leg up there, and it's a room full of people and you're just like, ah. I kind of do prefer being asleep for that part of it because I don't know, it's just a little less embarrassing or something, I don't know. Other than that, everything went good. So he, at the time, said that we can try for a couple of months on our own and then come back to him if we need to. So for the past few months, I have really been trying to keep track of my body. I typically don't ovulate. I only have like 1 period a year. And so for the past like 5 months, I have been taking some like natural supplements and things to really help my body do what it's supposed to, and it seems to really be working. One of the major things that I've been doing is taking maca root powder capsules. I take 2 capsules a day, and I think that they have truly helped me to finally ovulate on my own. I ovulated this month. This was the 4th month in a row that I ovulated, and every single time I see that positive ovulation strip, like I just get so happy, so excited, and so proud of my ovaries. Like obviously I'm hoping that it ends in a pregnancy, but in that moment I'm mostly just so proud of my body. Like I want to high five my ovaries. I said on Instagram I wanted to high five my lady parts. We are going to be trying for the next couple of months, which is this month included, so 1 more month after this month, on our own, and then after that we are going to start Clomid for a couple of months, and then after that we're going to do IUI for 2 or 3 months, and if we're not successful with all of that, then we will move on to the next chapter. It has definitely been an emotional journey so far, and we're really only a month into it, but previous to this we've had 11 to 13 years of infertility. And then we shut that door, we moved on towards adoption, and opening that door has definitely been a lot more emotional than I thought that it would be, because it really does just reopen those massive, massive wounds that we have had. So even though it's only month 1, it's really month, I don't even know, but we are years and years and years and years and years into this journey. And I feel like I just barely have fight left in me. This was month 1, and I am pretty sure that it didn't happen for us this month, and so I've just been kind of dealing with those emotions over the past couple of days, and it's just so hard. It's just so hard. So that is our plan for the next 6 months, although it's kind of already now for like the next 5 months, because we are already 1 month into it. And so we will just have to wait and see what happens, but I will be keeping you guys in the loop. I share a lot on my Instagram, like I shared the ovulation picture and things like that, and I think that this time around I wouldn't even be surprised if I like announced if we were to get pregnant. I wouldn't be surprised if I announced it like on Instagram first. Not saying that that's 100% what I'm gonna do, but I know that this time if we do get pregnant, which I feel like I just have zero faith that we're going to, but if we do get pregnant, I definitely want to enjoy and celebrate every single moment and every single day. And when I was pregnant with Blue, I like wanted to put together the whole like pregnancy announcement video, and I was so tired, so exhausted, so sick that I just kept not having the energy to put it together. But I didn't want to just throw something together because I had waited 13 years to do a pregnancy announcement video. And so it made it to where I didn't announce that I was pregnant with him until I was like in my 4th month of pregnancy. And I think that we lost him just a couple of weeks after I had announced it. And so this time around, if it does end in miscarriage, I want to just not waste any time enjoying every single moment of it. And so if I don't have the energy to put together some big fancy photo shoot or whatever, like I can see myself just doing something super simple. I do have some fertility videos coming out. I want to do like a fertility day in the life and just show you guys everything that I have been doing to finally like regulate my cycle and help my body to ovulate and hopefully get pregnant naturally. I was really excited that I was able to naturally get my body to ovulate, and I really wanted to do this naturally, just as like, I don't know, some kind of victory. But if we don't get pregnant this next month, then we're gonna go ahead and start Clomid or something along those lines. So but I would like to show you guys what I've been doing so far, because whether we get pregnant or not, it really is amazing that I've been able to regulate my cycle. So that is a victory, and I need to remember that. So comments are probably still disabled on this channel, and so I usually leave a picture on my Instagram of the video so that you guys can leave a comment there. Anywho, thanks for watching along, and we will just see where this journey takes us. So I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.